Hello there everyone, this is Soul17 here, and let me first let you try it on this picture, non-pay video. Alright, okay. So, I am downstairs taking care of the fire, and I will only be down here to a certain time, because I need to sleep early tonight. And so, we're just going to be covering up to the Chunin exams. So, here's the thing. We're at the part of where Anko, they had to sign the papers for the force of death and everything. And so, everyone did. They opened up the gates. Yeah, everyone's going in. But not Team 7. Not yet. Shikamaru wanted to wait for everyone, and, well, also, Sasuke wanted to wish, good luck and get a kiss. So yeah, that's how I'm making it. But anyways, let's start this. What if? Oh yeah, Sakura is kind of a bit pissed off that, Sasuke is going out with Ino, but she accepted it. And, well, yeah. Anyways, so let's continue. So, this is What If Naruto Was the Reincarnation of Goku Black, Part 4. Alright, so, as Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura are, basically are just waiting a few minutes for everyone to get farther ahead than them. Sasuke noticed Ino, Shikamaru, and, well, Choji. So he decides to go over to Ino, to wish her good luck and give her a kiss good luck, or receive one. Which, Sakura's not mad. She just smiles, and Naruto asks, "So, you're not mad at all?" She goes, "No, I'm happy. My Ino's happy also. I'm gonna look for someone else." And he goes, "Like, what happens if you can't find anyone else, Sakura?" He goes like, "Well, then I'll adopt and raise a kid on my own. Simple as that. And I am having Sakura find someone. I'm not leaving her alone." I'm not that heartless. Or am I? No. So, so basically, after, a few minutes pass, Sasuke did go over with luck. She gave him a kiss for good luck, and he gave her a kiss too. And he comes back, and then Naruto says, "So, are we done with all the lovey-dovey stuff, or can we go in now?" And Sasuke says, "Yeah, let's go." And so they just dash right in. He's not flying for this one. He's keeping his cards close to him. And so after a while of them, going through, Naruto senses the key of many of the people that were in there. And so he basically, telling Sakura and Sasuke where to go with his hands. He's just pointing them in where directions he sensed the key. So yeah. And so basically what happens is Naruto and Sasuke and Sakura, ever since Sakura found out how strong Naruto was, she worked her butt off just to get stronger. So she is, let's say she learned that she can pour her chakra into her fist, and she has that disruptive power now that, than what she has in the movie at one time, that moon, and, Shippuden Sakura. But, she's just starting it out early. And so, basically they go in, Sasuke and Naruto running head first. Naruto throws a kick, sends two people flying, because this was in the middle of a fight that they interrupted. And then, Sasuke does fireball jutsu. And, well, since, Kurama gave, Naruto chakra, allows him to use chakra in KCM, this is technically he can use chakra now. Kurama just says, "Hey, Naruto, you can use chakra." He goes, "What? I thought I could only use ki. How am I able to use, my chakra here?" As basically, he starts to get the red eyes, which, first time ever, people are just seeing it, and they go, "What the?" As then all of a sudden, Kurama, just laying him, some info what he can do. And so he basically does some hand signs that, well, well, no, Kurama takes a little bit over control and do some hand signs for him, as then they hear in a demonic voice. Let's say this is a Uchiha, move. What Madara Uchiha could do. I'm not gonna say he's not gonna do the great fire okay it's that one move that he makes a big giant firewall and it goes like the Great Flame Wall or something. I forget. I don't really know it. But anyways, he says, "Katon fire, Great Fireball Jutsu," and then he just starts bringing fire in a demonic voice, and which, all of a sudden, Chakra's coming out of Naruto's, mouth, and well, it's Goku Black. I just call him Naruto, and he's pretty much in his mindscape being shot. As Kurama's just kind of laughing at this a little. He was like, "You're welcome for helping you out. I can teach you how to use some jutsus if you want. I know some pretty old ones that you can learn. Also, you could probably do some other jutsus that can probably help you in your training more." Which then he just looks at Kurama, has a big smile on his face, and he just thinks. a greater way to gain more strength. Nice. It's good to have friends in high places. And so, that some ninjas backed away. Sasuke just was shocked about this. Sakura comes in out of nowhere, hits one guy in the face, send that guy flying to another guy, and then Sasuke comes in along with Naruto and back in control, but his eyes are still red, as basically they decided to copy Sakura but punch two guys into each other, knocking them both out. And while basically they're searching while they're searching through the guy's stuff for the scroll that they need, Sasuke says, "Hey, Naruto, what's with the whole entire red eyes?" Naruto interrupts and says, it's Kurama. He's not the Nine Tails. It's like, oh, wait, so that means, yeah, I can use this chakra. Turns out. So I technically gonna learn some jutsus after this is all over. And, Sakura says, that's pretty interesting, huh? It was like, yeah. But while they're searching, somebody, is walking through and just walking by. And it's Gaara and Tamari and Kankuro. They basically see, Gaara turns his head. He sees Sasuke, Naruto, Sakura. And Sakura's looking at Gaara and, she blushes a little bit. Which Gaara just says, he doesn't say nothing. Naruto notices his key. And there's something else inside of him. Just like Kurama. He just kind of grins and he goes, "So, let me guess. A brother of yours, Kurama, brother or sister of yours, Kurama." He was like, "Brother that, basically the one tail, oversized raccoon. We don't like each other. So, this is gonna be rough if he finds out who you are. Get rid of the eyes." As Naruto does. So he turns his head, basically he gets up. Sasuke has the scroll that they need, and basically he looks back at, back with Naruto at exactly the same time. Tamari just sees and, just kind of grins and goes like, "Oh look, the hidden leaf, ninjas. How fun is this gonna be to crush you?" And Gaara just doesn't say nothing, just standing there, being all silent. Sasuke just was about to say something, but Naruto puts his hand out and shakes his head no. Kankuro says, "What? You got nothing to say to us?" As in, next thing you know, all of a sudden, they see Naruto's eyes just start to, flicker green. His hair is spiking up. And he just goes, "Trust me, if you want to fight someone like me." As then the mark on his right hand is starting to glow. He says, "You better be ready to die. Because I won't hold nothing back on weaklings like you." And so, Gaara just kind of smiles at this. He goes, "You're strong. I can admit to that. I can sense it already. But I won't fight you here. Survive this, and we can meet each other again. What is your name?" He goes, "No, no, they heard it." So he was like, but Gaara doesn't really, because he doesn't really remember people's names. And he says, basically, so that's why he's asking him why I'm doing it. So he goes like, Naruto says, Naruto Uzumaki. Well, Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze. The fourth, the fourth Hokage's son. Then he looks at Sasuke. He goes like, and yours? He goes, Sasuke Uchiha. Don't ever forget it. Then he looks at Sakura for a few minutes, and well, he doesn't. He basically doesn't want to say anything, but then he says, and yours? And she says Sakura Hana, and I was like, all right, I'll remember you guys. Which, and then he just leaves, and basically, the One Tails, oh, man, what was his name? Oh, freak. Shikaku, yeah. Shikaku's go like, huh? Why? Why? Why do you ask about the girl's name? And even Tamari's thinking that, even Kankuro. And basically, Shikaku's basically yelling in his head. But then, basically, let's just say this is a little bit different. Like, Shikaku wasn't, like, all that, like, all the way, her, making him go crazy. So, Shikaku and him talked, and he's laying off on it. He's able to sleep, too, FYI. I'm giving my boy Gaara some sleep. But basically, he says to Gaara, says, why did you ask about the girl's name? He was like, she's kind of cute, Gaara says, not gonna lie. And he says, well, your choice in women, I'm not gonna judge you. He says, thank you. And basically they're walking. Some Tamari and Conqueror asked about the whole entire thing. Aren't we not gonna? He goes, no, I wanna enjoy my meal, with those two. And I crushed them. And then Conqueror says, what about the girl? He's like, reasons, nothing else. Which Tamari thinks to herself, is Gaara in love? No, he couldn't be. He's supposed to be a weapon. Which basically Shikaku has been training Gaara, even though he's bloodless and kind of crazy. He's been training Gaara with like a human being, so he's been training with respect. So yeah, I'm giving Gaara some slack in this one. Zebi, killing is the only way I show my existence, and from canon. Anyway, so I'm just pacing around a lot, so that's why you hear my feet, walking, because I don't know why I'm just doing so I start to fall asleep. So yeah, so Gaara, Tamari, Kankuro just leave. Sasuke, Sakura, and Naruto just think to himself, that's weird. But then Naruto, looks at Sakura. Her face is still blushing a little bit red, and he goes like, "Oh, I see." Well, it looks like he's thinking of something in his head. He was like, "It looks like Sakura has a crush on on the guy with the red hair with the one tail in him." Cool. So basically, he goes up to Sakura. He goes like, "Hey, he's also a Jinchuriki, right?" She goes, "What? What?" She wasn't paying attention. She goes like, "He's a Jinchuriki." She goes, "Wait, does that mean?" Yeah, he probably got treated like a monster in his village, and he's only probably use him as a weapon. Feel bad for the kid. Sakura, like her face was like, it's like pure sadness, and then Naruto just pats her on the shoulder and says, well, maybe you can change him if, you like him enough. And her face gets bright red. She goes, no, 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 no. He goes like, yeah, just like with Sasuke. Love at first sight, huh? She goes, shut it. Jeez. So yeah. Well, though, I'll just put this in, Sakura did say, think to herself when he said that. She goes, I also liked you too, idiot, but I got over it. And, well, Oh no, she said that underneath her breath, which then Naruto was like, "Wait, what?" She goes, "Nothing, nothing, nothing." He was like, "Wait, no, 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 no. What did he freaking say, Sakura?" And he just like chopped off freaking key coming off his fist. And she was like, I said I kind of liked you when we were younger, when we were kids." He was like, "Oh, why did you like? Why you never told me that?" I was because, I mean, I got over it. Also, uh, kind of knew you were hiding your strength, and I thought basically it would be, I realized we wouldn't have nothing, in common. So I was trying to go out with Sasuke, but happy. And this one, Sakura was being a little bit less of, well, she was a jerk, but the reason why she liked Naruto, but then she realized they had nothing, in common, so that's why she went after Sasuke. And now, that's why she's also happy for Ino, because Sakura's putting her friends before her feelings first. She's a little more, I wanted to just have that a little bit fleshed out now. Sakura has a little bit more compassion instead of being selfish at this age. Like, she wasn't canon. So, yeah. Also, Orochimaru, in this part, is going to get wrecked. Also, Sasuke's not going to go to Orochimaru ever in this what if. Well, actually, because I don't want to give Sasuke ki, but I'm going to have him be trained by Jiraiya too. And Orochimaru. Because he finds Naruto, aka Goku Black, very interesting and decides to come back to the Hidden Leaf Village and to, make his crimes, repent for them. Whole entire Shippuden arc, gone. I like to read the stories. But anyways, yeah. So, yeah. And Naruto goes like, "Wow, that's really mature for you, Sakura. And I'm a god, so that's some good praise." They're just walking away. Sakura just like, I think younger me would have blushed if he said that. Not now, though. He's way too terrifying. And then she kind of has a moment where she thinks to herself, "What happened if I actually did tell Naruto I liked him in the past?" And then she kind of figures he probably laughed at me and slapped me and said I was useless, which I am. Why am I so useless? She thinks, and then she walks away. Sasuke just saying, "Wow, so she liked Naruto, then me, and now this guy? Huh. Well, I haven't dated for a couple days now. I mean, for about a month or so now. Well, I'm surprised she got over it. Nakura hasn't, though. Man, she's annoying." So basically, they go up and he goes like, "Hey, Naruto, can you tell your sister to shut it on the whole entire, flirting with me and trying to get me to be with her still? Seriously, I'm with Ino and I'm enjoying my time with her, man." He goes, "Yeah, I'll try. She's stubborn and she's an idiot. Just don't let her, and not because of, she's an idiot on, knowing when she lost something. Trust me on that one." Yeah, I know. Jeez. So anyways, so they just start running to the location that they need, basically get to. So on the way, Naruto basically says, "I'm going to be back. I have to go, use the restroom." I just say, "All right." So then, Naruto does go use the restroom. Basically, basically he's done, the snake comes out and tries to bite him, but then he uses ki to cut off the snake's head. And then, he goes, "Huh, what was that?" And then he sees the person comes out of it, and he was like, "Wow, that's gross. Whatever. Let's." Then he thinks, "Huh, all right." So he thinks that this is all right, and that there's somebody trying to have him die. So basically, he gets over to Sasuke and Sakura, and then he sees another version of himself. And Sasuke says, "Okay, which one of you can use ki?" As the next, Super Saiyan 1. He goes, "Really?" Lee can tell this. "Oh yeah, wait, you guys can't sense ki." Alright. And then he just makes a little ki blast at the other him. He's like, so, if you want to tell me who you are, faker? Yes, I just made a reference towards something. I don't care. If you guys know what that is, great. If you don't, then oh, that's fine too. So yeah. So then, Orochimaru smart, like, doesn't say nothing, and then he just laughs. He was like, well, I didn't suspect this. What type of chakra are you using, kid? As then the whole tire like peeling off the transformation like stops working, and it's Orochimaru. He reveals himself as well. As basically Naruto says, mortals in this world always think everything's chakra. Can't blame you. He goes, wait, what? He goes, this is called ki. Something like chakra, but totally different. And then he just shoots the ki blast as, Orochimaru dodges and the ground blows up. As he tells Sasuke and Sakura to go, he'll handle this. Sasuke nods. And he basically de-transforms out of Super Saiyan 1. And he goes, what? Why? He was like, you're too weak. Trust me. You won't be able to handle me. So, let's make this a little bit more of a challenge. As he goes, it's been a while since I put on my sails up a notch. So, seals activate level 35. Because basically it went down, it went all the way up to level 35. He was like, much better. It was really getting light. The last fight I could tell. This is just perfect. Alright, let's see what you're made of, Snake Boy. I'm kind of changing his personality a little bit in this one since he's been around Haku. Then, well, Beelzebub, he had to change his ways instead of acting all godlike. And, hold on. And Hilda. I think that's how her name is. Hold on. Yeah, and Hilda, his personality has fleshed out and becoming less, I don't like he's better than everyone. I mean, he does it in his own way, looking like that, doing that. But when it comes to his son and his, two girlfriends, he had to change. He realized. So yeah. So basically, this is how he's acting. Which Orochimaru just kind of laughs. He goes like, "I'm here again." And then boom, right in the face, a right hook, and he just says, "Don't ever let your guard down with me." And then he just basically sends Orochimaru flying, disappears again, kicks him up in the air, and it's basically does like a front flip in midair and slams his foot right into Orochimaru's head, sending him down, and using multiple ki blast barrage, and basically hit Orochimaru. As Orochimaru says, "What the heck is this, kid?" As he basically regurgitates himself, and he sees Naruto just floating there. As he goes, "What the?" As he goes, "Huh? So you can regurgitate yourself to heal. Alright then." As then basically he just disappears, and then, well, let's just say he kind of remembered something from Vegeta. So he basically holds out his hand. He goes, not Final Flash, but got a gun. No, it was Trunks I'm saying. So yeah, so he got a gun right into freaking Orochimaru's body, like facing him forward, and which basically it nearly destroyed Orochimaru, but he regurgitated himself right near when he was about to die, and he was like, "I have to escape," and then, basically, Orochimaru, basically he's like learning. Well, he basically sees another ki blast near coming. He dodges it. He does one of his jutsu, let's say a fire jutsu, Phoenix Flower jutsu and such. As Naruto was able to just swipe it away, which that shocks you, and then he just says, "Alright, I'll show you something else." I'll show you a form beyond your imagination. This is me. I'm only 100%. As then I see, he goes all the way up to Super Saiyan 4 Rose. And the air, the atmosphere, and the whole entire forest just change. All the animals in the forest, just flying away from Naruto's area, which basically his Orochimaru's instincts are telling him to run as fast as he can, and he goes, and this is your parting gift, as he says, Ka me ha me. As Orochimaru's trying to get out of the way, as he says, basically times times 20. Wait, no, times I think he Super Saiyan 4 could use times 20 Kamehameha. So yeah. So he says times 20 basically. Huh? He goes times 20. Big giant Kamehamehas, you're basically going for taking out most of the forest, and it's red. No, not red. No. Yeah, it's rose color, and it's near red too. So it destroys the forest, a lot of it. As then he goes, wait, that after that disappears, and he basically made it go all the way up. So it goes all the way to outer space, and when it goes past the moon, Kagyo's in the seal, and she sees it. No, she's able to see it, and she's like wondering, who the heck did that? And she doesn't know. She can't see. And basically, he transforms. He was like, I think I went a little bit overboard on that. Alright. And basically, while Minato, the Raikage, and, well, who are there, they already know the Sand Village, Kage is, basically still, it's there, but he's, like, just in his room, they think. But no. But anyways, so what happens is they sense that, and the right Kage senses feels that pressure. He's like, well, what the? Who's? And then basically, he goes. Minato just says, "Oh, that's my son." Yeah, he's just probably showing off most of his power. He still is only at basically 50% of it. And he goes, what? Your kid's only using 50%? He was like, yes. I mean, he has to take off the seals on himself. Plus, then he has to use something else. Along with, he has a seal that he can use to basically gain more power. So, my son's pretty powerful. And he has a smile. He's like, wait, is this, but why can't we not sense his chakra? He goes, oh, he doesn't have chakra. He goes, then how is he powerful? He goes like, oh, ki. He goes, what's ki? Minato explains it. He goes like, anything. As the right guy goes like, oh my god, they're a monster on his hand. And then he goes, basically, then he asked, basically Minato was like, do you treat your son like a weapon? He was like, nope, he's my son. I treat him like nothing else. I kind of may have treated him badly at first. Then I realized my mistake, and I've been trying to make it up to him ever since. So I've been doing everything I can. But my daughter, since I spoiled her at an early age, she believes she can get anything she wants. So, yeah. So she's been complaining about how Naruto is so much stronger and such. And he goes, wait, so your wife was the Jinchuriki, is he? He goes, yes, he's the Jinchuriki, and he already has full control over the tail beast's chakra. He didn't even have to fight it, he just shared it with him, and boom. My son's pretty amazing, he says, and then he, basically, Raikage sees a proud father just sitting right in front of him, and he goes, I wonder if B will ever be like him. He must be respectable. As then basically Hilda, Haku, and Beelzebub comes in as Beelzebub says, Grandpa! And Hilda says, sorry about him. He wanted to come see you. Even Haku apologized, saying, sorry, Lord Fourth. We couldn't say no to him. So basically, basically he was in a chair, Minato, and he gets out and he leans down, picks up Belzebul, and he says, "How's my favorite grandson doing?" He's like, "I'm doing good. How are you doing?" He was like, "Oh, just talking to another Kage," which basically the right Kage and his bodyguards are just really confused, and he goes, "Is your son near like 13, 14?" And he goes, "Yes, actually." Because then how does he have an adopted child? He's, "Wait, what?" He goes, "Yeah." And here he considers my son his father. He goes, "My dad's the strongest in the world. No one can ever beat him." That's what Beelzebul says. And then Akage, thinking, how, well, I bet he is. I bet he is. And he's thinking, we should never try to, fight the leaf. Maybe we should make an alliance with them. Yes, yes. And he goes, Minato, would you like to make an alliance with us? He's like, but don't you hate me after what I did? He's like, well, that's all in the past. I'm thinking ahead. And he goes like, is it because of my son? He goes like, yes, yes, it is. I can already tell what you're saying may be true, as Beelzebul says, it is my dad's best. He's the strongest. No one can ever beat him. And so basically, while they were talking, Naruto basically healed the forest that he destroyed, and he basically goes, "Whew, that took a little bit out of me. I need to get back to there, guys." And then he senses where they are, and he just blitzes, flies right through. So, but so the Anbu come and they say, "Sir, Naruto fought Orochimaru, but well, we don't know where he is. We think he killed him and everything, but he can still be around." And he goes, "So, what did my son do?" He goes like, he fired some type of energy out of his hands. And he says time 20, and it nearly destroyed took out like everything that was in front of him, and he healed it all pretty quickly actually. uh, may I speak freely, sir? As Minato says, "Of course." He's like, "Your son is a monster. It was that the Ninetales Fox energy?" He goes, "Nope, Ki, which is way stronger than chakra, so." The Ninetales also is his friend now, so you better watch out. Which then Dambu, says, "Yes, sir." Which, well, the Raikage, of the Kilby's older brother, does say to himself in his head, like, "I'm glad I made the decision to make a alliance with them." Oh God, we will lose instantly. Well, hold on, everyone. All right. Anyways, let's go back to the forest of death. But where Orochimaru is, he was like, Orochimaru was deep underground, and he's thinking, I don't know if I should be wanting to get Sasuke Uchiha on my side, attack the village, and try to get those eyes, or I want to try to take that kid's body, but I know I'm gonna die. Okay, change of plans. We are not attacking the village. I am surrendering. I do not care. I am surrendering, and I am betraying, and I am having all my assets to be a part of the village. So I will accept my punishment. I am not fighting that monster again. And so, that is the day where Orochimaru became scared of Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze. Because I wanted to strike fear in him, and I did not. And I did not want Naruto to use all his power, but against Shukaku, Naruto is gonna have to at least activate KCM basically KCM level 1 and Super Saiyan 4. That is it. And yeah, that's all. But anyways. And so let's go back to Naruto. As basically he's flying through the forest, and well, he gets to Sasuke and Sakura, and basically he says, "All right, enough of this. Since we got a scroll that we need, let's just go, right?" And yeah, so basically Sakura says, "Yeah, but anyways, how are we going to?" As then he just says, "Hold on to me, guys." She goes, "Huh?" Sakura, basically, as Sasuke just says, this is gonna be weird. He goes, you guys could just you can make a shotgun, Sakura. You get on my back or something. No, wait, no, he was one better yet. As then he just split himself into two more pieces of him. As then basically he just carries Sasuke and Sakura flying over, which only took a matter of minutes. They found out where it was. They basically threw the forest like over it, which Sakura just says, "I'm never gonna get used to this from you, Naruto." And Sasuke just says, "Can you teach me how to fly, please? This seems like a way better way than walking." He was like, all right, I'll teach you how to fly at least. I won't teach you how to use ki all the way because you probably can't." He's like, fine. Jeez, you're no fun. He was like, what was that? I could easily drop you. He was like, never mind. So basically they land and he splits themselves back into one. And then, yeah, so basically they get in and they open up the scroll, and basically it's Kakashi, it's Aruka, and he says, whoa, hello there. It seems like you guys came in first. So, what are you guys gonna do now? He's like, I'm gonna train. I think Guy Sensei should be here, right? He was like, yes, actually, well, they're, in the scrolls, they're here. And he asked why, though. He's like, oh, I'm gonna train, I'm gonna use ki. So, yeah. He just walks away. He basically says, yo, Guy, you here? As, basically Guy appears out and it was like, did somebody call me? As he just sees Naruto right in front of him, and right behind him is Sasuke and Sakura and Ruka. He was like, oh, Naruto, hello there. He was like, yeah, you and me training ki now. Not gonna freaking, care. Let's go. He's like, yes, sir. And then you guys thinking, Lee was right. He is scary when he's serious. And so, Naruto teaches Guy how to use basically ki, and Sasuke joined in. Turns out Guy can use ki better than Sasuke. Sasuke can't, do any of the, energy, basically the ki blast or like any other type of anything to do with ki, but he can enhance his body at least along with flying. That's all he can do. Which he says, knew it. Minato, the Raikage, Beelzebub, Haku, Hilda, and his basically bodyguards are there. Zabuza is also there too. And well, Zabuza knew about Haku and Naruto dating, so he basically comes up to Naruto and he says, I know you're stronger than me, but I raised Haku like my own daughter, so you ever hurt her in any way and make her cry, I will not hesitate to cut you down like the dog you are. And for some rare reason, even though Naruto is a god, basically Naruto was a god, he has godly ki, he's a saint, he's a warrior, and everything else, he feels fear for the very first time in a long time. He was like, yes, sir, right away. He was like, and he thinks to himself, so this is what a father's anger would be towards someone that hurts their daughter's heart. I do not want to face that. He says, note to self, make Haku happy no matter what. Even if you're not willing to do it. Just make her happy. Don't get killed. Again. So yeah. Which Minato thinks, who knew my boy could actually feel fear for the very first time? And so we basically ask Guy what's happening. He was like, oh, your son Naruto was teaching me how to use ki. Then basically Guy says, reasons why is, I have no idea, so can you please tell me? He was like, oh, easy. That way you and Lee can train, and then Lee can get stronger, you can get stronger, and I can easily have two people to fight with. Sasuke can only use ki to fly. And it increases his strength. But hey, it's better than nothing, so I'll fight him too then. Sakura, on the other hand, she can't use ki. Nah, I'm joking. Sakura kind of joined in. She can use ki. Same thing with Sasuke. That is it. But so she's happy. Gaara, while they were training, Gaara came in and everything. Everyone else got there too. People were getting there. So after a couple of days, of training and such, Guy, is able to basically be a lot stronger than he is in canon now. Lee got there and he started joining, and then he figured out, he can sense Guy Sensei. Guy could be using ki, and Neji and Ted tend to understand about it. So yeah, Neji thinks he's still top dog. And so, Sakura avoids Gaara, but, she does try to talk to him for a little bit, but, hey, she can't. Gaara just annoys her, but he does, answer some questions about himself. Like, were you mistreated in your village? He says, yes. Then, she says, do you feel like you're a monster? He just keeps, that silent. She takes that as another yes. He goes, do you know what love feels like? And he just says, no, I don't. The only love I ever felt was the love of someone, but they betrayed me and tried to kill me by orders of my father. In which he just leaves. Tamari is about to go over there and beat the living crap out of Sakura, but then Naruto appears, is right there, and he just says, just leave him alone, Sakura. This is not something personal. And she goes, I'm sorry. He goes, no, you didn't know. But it's personal. Sometimes parents do that to their own kids. And they don't understand why. But he's different. He understands. He knows the truth. So he just accepted it. I could easily become him if, my dad did exactly the same thing to me when I was younger. But I probably would have kicked their butts and probably killed him by now then. As Sakura just smiles and laughs about that. Says, yeah, it's a good thing that never happened to you. Nakura did get there, and she's just trying to flirt with Sasuke. Ino was there too, and they're just hanging out. Sasuke finally just snaps at Nakura and just tells her to leave her the heck alone. He does not like her. He never would like her. She's annoying. Actually, if she was not dating Ino, he would date Sakura instead of her. That's how annoying she is. Sakura kind of blushes, but then, Gaara wasn't that far gone. He kind of gets irritated by that. He appears out of nowhere. He was like, what did you say? In which Sasuke goes like, what? He was like, okay, so you said you would date Sakura if you were not dating your girlfriend? He was like, yeah. He was like, why do you care? He's like, wait, why do I care? As, Shikaku says, kid, you're in love with the pink hair girl. He's like, love? What's love? In which everyone just staring at him, and Naruto was kind of just snickering at this. He was like, oh my god, he's talking to the freaking One Tail. okay. Kurama, can I just, Kurama just laughs, and he says, go ahead. So Naruto walks over to Gaara. He, activates the QB eyes, which then the One Tails, and then Shukaku says, the Nine Tails, Kurama. Basically, he starts going on, well, he wants to go on a rampage, but then, then with a link, even though the gates, basically close and such on Shukaku, he does, you can, see Kurama just saying, calm down. Just let the kid, just let my, partner talk to him. Your kid's probably confused on what it's love, right? It's all over his face, Kurama says, and he was like, yeah. Wait, you're gonna help him out? He was like, yeah. My brother's for. He's like, I hate you sometimes. I hate you too. But this kid needs help. He was like, yeah, he does. So then, Naruto, goes over, puts his arm around Gaara, says, well, clueless lover? Clueless guy in love? Yeah. Actually, I was trying to think, clueless guy, then basically he's in love. Lover, basically the guy. I was trying to think of something popped in my head. It was like a little boy or something. Freak, I don't know why I did that. Popped in. Basically says, clueless guy in love, allow me to help you. I'm dense on love too, don't worry. And so, they start walking. He starts talking to him, just explaining what love is like. And he even explains about his past life. And Gaara's he's really shocked by this. So is basically, so is Shikaku. And yeah. And so Sakura, that was our time, was kind of blushing because Gaara came out of nowhere and says, basically did that, which surprised most people. So yeah. Anyways, let's skip on a little bit more into time to the day of the fights. Okay, I'm gonna end this like real soon. Like it's 1:02 right now, so I'm ending it like in a few. We're gonna do it at an hour or two. No, not. I don't. I'm not like a 2, like hour and 2 minutes. So yeah. Anyways, so all the fights go exactly the same. We're not gonna go with Kiba because let's just say this: it's gonna be normal. Sasuke did not, get the curse mark. Orochimaru's not there because of Naruto. And, well, he explained to his forces that they're gonna have to give up. The attack on the village is not gonna happen. Hold on. But they don't believe him. So they're gonna still do it. They're still going with the plan. So, yeah, so Kiba's fight. Easy. Boom. One shot. And, everyone's fight goes similar. But, Sakura kind of beats, Yeah, no, it's a tie. So yeah, it's a tie because Sasuke's been training, So yeah, Beelzebub, Haku, Hilda are there, and basically they went up to the stands with Naruto, and everyone sees him with Beelzebub while he's just laying on the wall, like no, he's sitting down, had his back on the wall while Beelzebub is just in his lap sitting on it, and Haku and Hilda just sitting right beside him. Everyone's wondering like who is that? And well, freak. I think I never made, Hinata be in love with him, so she won't ask that question. But Beelzebub was just congratulate him on the win, and he just says it was so easy. Keep us a weakling. Jeez, I wish I fought Lee. I could have at least had a decent fight. Or at least Sasuke. It would have been tricky with his freaking Sharingan though, but he couldn't keep up if I'm been releasing the weights. And with the Lee and Gaara fight, it doesn't go dissimilar. Lee just says, and he asks, Naruto says, Naruto, sir, am I allowed to take off, the weights? He was like, no. He's, knock it down, like, even though I had to increase my weight to level 35, we're already at level 28, right? He was like, yes, sir. He was like, and then we increased it to level 30, right? He was, yes. He was like, all right. Well, no, level 32. So knock it down to at least 20. He was, all right. As then, he, activates his weights to say level 20 as it goes to level 20. Hold on. So, like, everyone sees the seals on, Lee. And then, basically, Guy can feel Lee's ki, and he's shocked about this. And so, Lee just says, all right now, let's do this. Spirit of youth. Just because, I just wanted to do this. So yeah, so then, Gaara has all the sand come around. And basically, when the fight begins, Lee goes straight, like blitzing straight towards him. And it is somewhat similar to what happens like in the canon. But it's just, his fist goes all the way through the sand, destroying and hitting Gaara. And he's gonna have multiple barrages. Lee can do, Ki Blast and a lot of other things like the Kamehameha, Gallic Gun, Final Flash. Many different things what he learns from Goku's memories. But he doesn't, but Naruto restrict him not to do those. Without, unless he's 100, without, basically, because Lee kind of in this one, he needs to be able to judge his, like, how much ki he's putting into. With Naruto, he's able to judge it. With normal people, he can't. So that's why he's fighting Gaara at level 20, which Gaara's armor's breaking. He's bleeding a little bit. He sees his blood. Gaara can't freak out over it. And so Lee's just saying, I'm sorry. And then, basically, but Gaara says, it's nothing. Let's continue. But no holding back now. Shikaku just grins. He's like, alright then, let's have some fun, kid! As basically multiple sand, basically sand covered in the whole entire arena, which surprised everyone. Lee's able to fly a little bit up, and he was like, alright. Fourth gate, open! And basically Kakashi, looks at Guy and says, you really told him that? And he goes, yes. Naruto even helped him get all the way up to level 7. Which he looked at Naruto and was like, really, Naruto? You taught someone like him to get with basically the gates. If he goes up to the 8th gate, he was like, I'll heal him and revive him. I will not let my friend die. Kakashi. And basically Kakashi says, alright, I understand. I'm not fighting you on this one. Whatever you say, kid. Whatever you say, Naruto. And basically Sakura and Ino and Sasuke kind of laugh at this. Basically, yeah. So Naruto, basically, Lee goes up to 4 and he goes straight right at him and does the primary lotus. Gaara, and the sand, basically covering him, gets even more and more on him, making more of an armor. Even the sand underneath him, basically, going at Lee, covering them both. As basically they basically hit the sand, which does still hurt a lot for Gaara. Shikaku's pretty impressed with the kid's power. And then, basically, Lee jumps back and he gets out of it. He's like not tired, but still. He basically that was pretty shocking to him. Neji's surprised by this. He was like, how the heck did this guy even get this strong? And what happens is, Gaara does the same thing to both his arm and his leg, but when he does sand coffin on them, it doesn't break. And basically, Naruto just tells Lee, to make this quick before anything happens, which Lee says yes. And so, I want Gaara to go in still. We need Gaara in there still. But I want Lee also in. And so, Gaara just tells Shikaku, we have to work together on this. Alright? Yeah, alright, I understand. Here, as he giving him chakra. Lee, goes in for a strike, as then Gaara makes a thing of sand needles. It hits Lee right in, the leg and the arm. And then Gaara has a sand fist and punches Lee right when Lee punches him also. And basically, they both were sent flying into the wall. Gaara's armor's broken even more. He gets out, he's just coughing up blood. Lee just says, I let my guard down because of the needles. He basically says, that was pretty interesting. This girl was basically thinking, that wasn't even enough to knock him out. There's gonna be one interesting battle. But he feels his body can't move not much anymore. Lee can tell this is happening. He thinks to himself, if I keep going, he's going to pass out or die. I can't allow that to happen. As basically, Gaara, basically is walking over to Lee just calmly. Sand's following him, and the face of Shikaku comes out of the sand. And, well, what happens next is it's starting to form into another version of Gaara. He goes, we're fighting on this one, right? He goes, yeah, we're doing it. As basically they just saying tail beast. And, Jinchuriki combination armor. As then he covers, basically the sand covering Gaara changed into an actual like armor of like Shukaku. I mean, well, kind of looks like it, and basically there's like a freaking sand sword in Gaara's hand, and he's like, "Come at me, I'm ready now." Lee just smiles and says, "Oh, righty then." And so Lee cranks it, seals up. The weights up to at least 20, to 26, and Naruto, basically smiles at this, and so they fight for a good nearly 20 minutes or so, and they're both tired. Gaara and Lee just says, "I'm done," and would shot them both, and it was declared a tie. But and because they basically are so strong, they already they said we have still room for 2 more people, so you guys are in. That's what Minato says, which surprised them because Sakura, basically, well, and Sakura were fighting each other. They both were tired out. They both showed impressive skills, but it wasn't good enough to have them go in. But Gaara and Lee have. Lee just says, "Oh, thank you. That was a great, excellent sparring match." He goes like, "You had me go all out. That was the first time in a long time." And he smiles for the very first time. Sakura sees this, and her face goes red even more. Which goes, "Ooh, you like him, huh?" And Sakura goes, "Shut it, you." And she laughs. Nakara, has been upset through the whole entire Sasuke fight thing. So she lost her fight. It was with let's just say another random village and random person. So yeah, she lost her fight, which I'm upset about. Which Naruto sees in Minato. So after after the whole entire fight with Lee, he congratulates Lee, but he's gonna have to go to his sister, which Minato does too. And they comfort her. She just says, "Why are you comforting me? I always been mean to you and such." Blah 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 blah. And Naruto just hugs her, saying, "You're still my little sister. I love you." And she just starts crying. And let's just say, okay. Okay, who could Nakra be with? Interesting. I did not really think since I put her in, I did not know who she can be with. Let's just say there's another Hyuga clan member. Let's say Neji had a twin brother. Well, not a twin brother. I mean, he's they say they look almost similar, but there's a few things. He's not like Neji. He's not very proficient in the fist, just like Hinata is, but he still is good enough to beat her. But when it comes to Neji, he doesn't, and plus he doesn't wear the exact same clothes as Neji. He wears more. Basically, he's not a prodigy, but he trains a lot, as hard as he can. And which he was there too. She was the one who lost the fight. And his name is Nara. Not Nara. That sounds like a girl name. Nejiro. Yeah, his name is Nejiro, and basically he comes up. He says, "Sorry about I fought so hard against you, Nakara. Do you want to spar sometime?" And she goes, "Huh? Why?" He just says, "Because your fighting style is better than mine. I only won because you weren't 100% there. I tried my hardest to make sure I didn't hurt you. There was a lot of openings that you made. So, you want to hang out later, though?" And she smiles and says, "Sure." Which then Naruto overprotective brother comes, and he goes, "Excuse me for a moment. Nejiro, come here." And they walk over as Nakura goes, what is he doing? He goes like, oh, just being a overprotective brother. But she goes, what? He goes, basically, Neji goes like, Naruto. And then he grabs him by the shirt and he goes like, alright, here's the thing. You hurt my sister's heart. I break your legs. And I send you to the hospital. When you get out of there, I break your arms. And so on and so forth until you wish you were dead, alright? He goes, yes. He was like, good. Now, do I ever hurt my sister's heart? And you don't get hurt. He goes, right. I got it. So they walk back and Nakura says, what did you say? He's like, oh, nothing. I didn't say nothing, sis. Anyways, I'm gonna go back to my kid. And then he just instant transmission over there. And, they saw it. So Hilda and Haku says, what did you say to the poor kid? And he was like, nothing. And she goes, Daddy, why are you lying? He was like, okay, fine. He just tells him what he said. And Hilda says, oh, protective brother. He was like, yeah. Even Sasuke was like, wow. Who knew you had that side to you? Sakura goes like, that's interesting. Ino was like, wow. That's kind of new for you. Naruto was like, whatever. Even though I was a god / deity or what, I still have a freaking heart. And then Sasuke says, yeah, after you killed millions and millions of people and had a near-death experience, it was like, shut it. Sometimes I even wonder why I want to be mortal. And then he remembers all the things. He was like, oh, yeah, that's reason. And he looks at his kid and his 2 girlfriends. He was like, and these are the other 3. Family. And which, they say, aw. So, yeah. So, freak it, we're going to go a little bit longer. So, basically, so after that, everyone, was, who passed gets in. Alright, so Nejiro, enter as in there, and basically, all the fights will go similar to the whole entire thing. Oh yeah, Neji's and Hinata's fight, it was a close fight. Neji still tried to kill Hinata, because he's Neji. So yeah, but anyways. And so the next month of training is going to start. But, we will go to another reality. Basically, we're gonna go to the Dragon Ball Z world, Dragon Ball Super world, and have Goku, Vegeta, and Beerus, Whis. He's gonna try to learn Ultra Instinct. I'm not gonna lie, I'm just telling you guys now, he's gonna try, but fail for a while. But anyways, yeah. He's also gonna meet Jiraiya. He's only gonna be here for like a week or 2. I'm gonna do it, so yeah. I hope you guys enjoy this what if. If you're not, then please let me know. But anyways, you guys all have a nice day, night, wherever you guys are. Bye.